Hi everybody, this is Michael Hildebrandt and I'm your host on the Sleeptrust podcast, where I'm talking about how to gain back trust in your ability to have a superb sleep again. In this week's episode of the Sleeptrust podcast, we are going to walk through how Valentine's Day can actually let you sleep better. And if you are in a bad spot at the moment, have low energy levels, are maybe in a bad mood and see your relationships getting a hit from this, then I'm going to walk you through one very concrete thing that you can do and that I will do, because I quite frequently, honestly, forget to do things like this, that we're going to do together after this week's episode, and that will help to improve our sleep. So my name's Michael. I'm the founder of Sleeptrust. I'm a sleep coach. And what we are going to talk about today is Valentine's Day. So I know today's Wednesday and we've still got 2 days left until Valentine's Day is there. And that's good, because the one step that we're going to take together later on that will help us to improve our sleep is actually for Valentine's Day. But you can also apply this little tip if Valentine's Day is already over, and it will serve you maybe even better because it's going to be a surprise. Okay, so how can Valentine's Day help our sleep to improve? That's what we're going to have a look at today. And basically, if you look at your sleep, if we look at our sleep, to be a little bit more general, quite frequently things that disturb our sleep, our ability to fall asleep fast, or even to sleep the hours that we want to sleep, are related to relationships, tense relationships, where we might be angry about somebody, we might be frustrated, or have people around ourselves that are just not spreading good energy into our direction. And what we're going to do today is kind of to flip that coin to the other side and say, okay, if this is the case, then if we promote good relationships, this will also be helpful for improving our sleep quality. And this is a fact and true. But it's also general wisdom, the things as we look at them and as we experience them are not only as we do in the moment. So it's always worth taking a step back, trying to take a step back, maybe even 2, 3, or 4, and have a look at the thing, the event, the whatever happened from a different perspective. But that's not our topic today. Today our topic is to promote good relationships. And Valentine's Day is just such a superb day to do this. So what we're going to do is that we're going to choose a loved one, our spouse, or any other person that we love or have a good relationship. Could also be a very good friend. Or if you feel that you don't have anybody that description fits to in right now, then you're just going to pick the first best person that you want to do something good for. And then we're going to take a pen and a card, whatever, and think about a couple of nice words and spread a little bit of positive energy to that person. And we're also going to get a present. But we're not going to spend a lot of money on this. We're going to get super creative, because these are actually the things that stick in mind. So I bet you in 9 from 10 cases, if you take $5 and get really creative about getting a present, then this present will last in memory so much longer than if you buy something expensive that might even cost $100 or more than that, because that might be enjoyable and might have a big aha effect. But if you get creative and are able to find something that you can give away as a present for, using very low resources, except your energy, you're going to put them into a very, you're going to put your creativity in a very high level state, then these are things that are typically much more personal and will last much longer in memories. And this is what we're going to do together, hopefully. I'm definitely going to do this. Pick one person that you want to spread good energy, get your creativity spiking right now. Think about what you can do and write and say to this person. Get a little present, maybe only for, $0 to $5 on the max side, and prepare for Valentine's Day. And the good emotions will already come as soon as you start to think positive about this person and think about how you can surprise this person. So if you start right now, you're going to be rewarded even more, because the time till Valentine's Day is still got 2 days in the best case. So you're going to get rewarded the next 2 days, and you can choose any other date. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. Sometimes it's even more powerful to do it on kind of an ordinary day, because nobody will expect a present on an ordinary day. So this is basically my little Valentine's Day challenge for me, for you, for us. And I hope you join me in this one and notice how this will promote good feelings when you go to bed, because instead of getting lost in kind of a negative spiral, you will start thinking about all that lovely stuff that you did directed to that person, and you will not be, you'll be really curious. You can't wait to finally give that present to the person. And just to clear one thing out, I do not want you to go out there and buy any kind of junk for under $5 and tell your loved one that I told you to do so and that this will be the best present ever. Get creative. Rather take those $5 and buy one really high quality sheet of paper and maybe a little bit of decoration, and get a couple of personal words out there, or something that is more symbolical, maybe funny, whatever. I'm sure you got the idea. I don't even know what I'm going to do in particular, but I'm going to think about this right after I recorded the podcast. And it would be great if you would share what you did for Valentine's Day on Facebook and or Instagram. You'll find me there at Sleeptrust. So just search for Sleeptrust and follow us there and share in the comments what present you gave and what this had for an effect on your sleep and your thoughts before you fall asleep. And that's all that's to it. So with that, let's wrap up this week's episode of the Sleeptrust podcast. When it comes to bad sleep, often emotions that we direct against other people or others direct against us are the reason for this. This week, we're going to take advantage of the flip side of that coin by spreading lovely words to somebody that we love and getting very creative with an under $5 present. And that's it for this week's episode of the Sleeptrust podcast. I hope you enjoyed yourself and that you tune in next week when we are going to talk about strengthening our sleep signals. Until then, have a superb sleep. Hey there, and thanks for listening to the Sleeptrust podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you want to get further information on this podcast or material that will help you to gain back your sleep trust, please check out sleeptrust.eu. That's sleeptrust.eu, where you will get lots of information around sleep. And here comes some legal stuff. Everything on this podcast is my opinion only, so do not take it as an advice, as I am not a doctor, nor have I considered your personal situation. If you feel that you need medical advice, please consider getting an appointment at your doctor of trust. If you want to give me any kind of feedback on this podcast, feel free to email me at podcast@sleeptrust.eu. I hope you tune in again next week, and until then, have a good sleep.